And so that's what Rain finally, she tags along. But there's like this 10-minute scene where she assassinates the German officer for basically no reason. Yeah, the further pad, there's a 10-minute scene where we're inside of a bar, and we see this blonde woman that we barely recognize. She's seducing this SS officer, and then at the end of it, she kills him. And they're getting information, and that's 10 minutes. But they're not really getting any information. It's not like this guy has an Enigma code book. It's not like he fucking knows anything. And nothing comes to it. It is entirely pointless. So the point, if there's a point to it, is that while she's at the castle, somehow the commandant captures her off camera. That wasn't a result of the cafe. They're like, oh, our resistance headquarters got hit, and Greta's been kidnapped. And so the commandant interrogates her and turns her into a vampire and leaves her. Like she's chained up, she turns her into a vampire and then just leaves. Which is another scene I really thought like there was gonna be like a rape scene or something like that. Just because that's how the commandant kind of rolls. I don't know, but I don't know. But they set her up as like this bait or something like that. Where they finally find, I don't even know why they're looking for her, but they find her, and she's chained up, and the guy from Rampage approaches her, and he goes, no, stop, it's a trap. And of course it is, so she's a vampire now, and it leads to nothing, so they just kill her. But that means these Nazi vampires come out. Yeah. And these are horrible, they've got these prosthetic teeth in their mouth, but the problem is the teeth don't fit in their mouth. So their mouths are wide open. It looks like they're smiling all the way through it. It's like, yeah. It's really like they went to the Spirit Halloween. But that's the Spirit Halloween. It's like they went to a Halloween store and bought big, freaky monster teeth. That's the vampire effect. They put clown white on their face. But I swear they don't fit. They don't fit. They put these big fucking teeth in, and it really does look like these guys are laughing as they're attacking Rain and the resistance fighters. And you can have blood actually on the back. Yeah, let me see if you probably can't see this too good, but you see that guy? You see that guy with the goofy teeth? I'm gonna fight you. And they're all like that. I do have to make a sidetrack where I think he's been improving in terms of direction. You wouldn't be able to tell that here because his action directing sucks. It's really bad. How poorly this is shot. Simple thing. We're like, you can tell these guys are kind of doing like, this is like the seventh thing they've done of this cheese scene because you'll see Nazis just kind of run into the shot and kind of like react and then just fall down. But they don't react really, they just kind of go like, they don't react like it's not cinematic at all the way these guys are dying. You know what I mean? Like, usually in a movie where a guy gets shot, they go, like, if they get shot in the shoulder, they cartwheel their arm back and they go, and they fall down or something like that. They kind of cartwheel back, or they look down the way, they go, and they fall down. Or there's some kind of, like, scream or a sound of impact. And there's none of that here. There's virtually, like, no blood. There's no sound of impact or indication that they're getting shot. They look really just kind of let down in these fight scenes between the resistance and the Nazis. Basically what it is, you have your A shot, which is the resistance fighters firing behind a box or something like that. And then you have the Nazis who are like by a car and they're shooting too, and they'll cut back and forth. And then when someone dies, it will just cut to the Nazis and someone will just go, yeah. They don't react in any way. It really is like they have the resistance on one day and have the Nazis on another. And so they just kind of got shots of them crouching behind cars. You know, like, like everyone has their own kind of shot like that. So you got them from like 4 different angles doing the same thing, like crouching behind cars. Then you got the angle of the guy going, they're all kind of doing this thing, but they're never in the same shot together. At least I don't think so. And it didn't seem like they could afford switch, so when they come back, it's a hole already in the jacket, and they just go, cool. Yeah, so like when a Nazi gets shot, or just about to get shot, they just kind of go. I'm actually putting too much into it. Where I'm actually kind of conveying emotion like, oh, I'm hurt. Like, no, it's like, they just kind of fall over. It really doesn't look like they're getting shot. It's really very funny. Where these guys, like, you'll see two Nazis run out of the building, and then they'll kind of run forward, hit their mark, and go. And I did forget World War I. There was essentially a random encounter in this movie. Yeah, well, or it's just, Rain is just walking around. She's not doing anything. She's not going anywhere. She's walking around with swords, though. She's not coming from somewhere. She's not going from somewhere. She's just walking around. And then there's just two people on the street that are walking by. And then they pull out those goose teeth and go, and they attack her. And then she has like a fight scene. And she kills them. And she killed them. And that was it. Yeah. So what's funny is this even paints Rain as a bigger idiot because the only reason they attack her is because she's walking down the middle of the street with swords. So these two guys walk past her, they do a double take. They're like, they see her swords, and then they pull their knives out and attack her. So had they not seen the swords, she would have just walked past. I really don't get it. She's a fucking idiot. One thing, and that's the last thing I want to bring up when it comes to the really bad action sequences is I counted at least 2 times when a guy reacted and got shot and fell down, but there was no sound of a gunshot preceding it. So it'd be like if I just reacted and fell down, but there was no gunshot preceding it. You know what I mean? It's like there's two very simple aspects to a shooting scene. Okay, you get a shot of a guy firing a gun. And then you get a shot of the guy reacting to the gunshot and falling down. But they didn't have the sound of the gunshot. The guy, you just see a guy, in fact, there's like a 4-second stretch of complete silence before this guy gets shot. I have no idea where this gunshot came from. It's like, even a silence shot would have been like, you don't even hear that. That's like, so, goddamn, it's terrible. So, Rain is fighting these Nazi vampires to rescue this person. And then, almost off camera, she does get captured. But I mean, it's like, I say almost, but that's how quick it was. No, like 40 Nazis disappear. She finishes off the fight scene, she kills the last person. And then, immediately cut, and it's like 40 Nazis teleport to the room. There's like a jump cut where she's like, is everyone okay? And you cut, you see everyone kind of picking themselves up, and they're like, yeah, we're okay. And then it comes back to her, there's like 40 fucking Nazis. She gets stabbed in the back by the commandant. The commandant's like, ugh, and like, who the fuck did you come from? It's like it's in Kill Bill after the crazy 88 fight, and she's surrounded by all these dead bodies. Another 88 people just immediately transport around her and well, that I would have believed. No, that would have worked. That actually might have worked in the context of the movie because we're dealing with like really hyperkinetic, stylized action. We're not dealing with that here. But we're actually dealing with like a very gritty, bloody, gory, like allegedly serious movie. But one thing you forgot to mention was you glossed over how this exposed to the vampires, which around it makes the vampires seem like less of a threat because of how easily they're dispatched. She's fighting the vampires, they're getting shot, and of course bullets don't hurt them. So she's like, they're inside a warehouse or something like that. She goes, I got it. The sunlight hurts them. Shoot holes in the windows. So the guy shoots holes in the windows, and the sunlight comes in and kills the vampires. And then Chief Marin comes in. And which is exactly how From Dusk Till Dawn ended. Which is a much better vampire movie, by the way. But yeah, they ripped off getting From Dusk Till Dawn. I guess we're going to rip off the movie. It really makes the vampires seem like mushy. Where they're like, oh, they're super soldiers. These super Nazis can take it and no one with them. And then Commandant captures Rain, and Clint Howard supposedly drains her of all of her blood. No, he says he can't.